Hey everybody, we are back for our Cigarfest weekend wrap-up coverage, or should that be coverage, wrap-up, diary entry of sorts.
Actually, this
thing.
is just the real Cigar Fest coverage right now because this is the day of Cigar Fest.
Actually, this video should have been done last night, and actually it was done last night, except for we just phoned it in. It was really bad. We got back to the hotel, I guess around 11:30, and both of us were just dead. I was so tired. I was fighting to keep my eyes open. I was burned out. I didn't want to smoke a cigar, so we're both sitting here, eyes creeping closed, no cigars, and just like, so Mike, how was your festivities today?
It's good. We're just tired.
So I got up this morning and I'm thinking, you know what? Let's just scrap it and start over fresh this morning and fire up some cigars. So this morning we have the Angelenos from Prometheus, and the cameras.
If I can get
There you go.
to it.
How about this? You're the non-lazy one this morning.
Ta-da! See? Will focus? Oh, look at that. Beautiful.
And again, this Cigar Fest coverage is sponsored by Prometheus, maker of fine accessories and cigars. It probably would have helped if I did my homework on the cigar a little bit, but I think this is Fuente made. They also have a Sencillo, which is made by Camacho, and they have the God of Fire, which is made by Fuente.
Right.
So they have a handful, or not a handful, they have a couple of cigars on the market, and the most notable, or the most recognizable, being the God of Fire.
Right.
So, tell us about yesterday. What was... Actually, first, I guess we should set the tone by saying that
I want to light my cigar first.
we were pretty damn lazy yesterday. Our plans fell through in the afternoons, and we didn't really have anything planned for the morning. So what happened was we got up, and I did a lot of video editing. I got some posts together. I got everything written up, ready to be copied, pasted, and just uploaded once I got to a Wi-Fi signal, since we don't have it in the room. So that was pretty much the morning. It was just doing the legwork, importing photos, the normal day-to-day stuff. And then once that was finished, we really didn't have anything to do in the afternoon, and neither one of us felt like driving all the way down to Bethlehem, where Cigars International was having events at both their downtown store and their superstore. So it was kind of like, well, what do we do? We can kind of just hang out here and do nothing, smoke cigars, and maybe do a video or two, and sort of make an afternoon out of it. I mean, we didn't have a whole lot of time to kill, a couple of hours. Or we just try to find something else to do outside the room. Well, what ended up happening was sitting here watching American Chopper reruns, smoking cigars, and just killing time. So, that was maybe 2.5 hours worth of time killing. And then it came time for the event over at Split Rock for the Man of War event. So, tell us about the Man of War event, since I've been doing all the talking.
All right.
To light my cigar now.
Yeah, go ahead. Over at the Man of War event, got there, and the first thing I noticed, it seemed like there were a lot more people there, but then somebody mentioned they made the area a little smaller where it was, who was it, Shorty Rossi?
Yeah.
Is that his name? Was there, and I believe you could get your picture taken with him, and of course the Man of War girls were there.
No, Shorty Rossi was also with his dog Hercules. He's from that
Yes.
show Pit Boss, if you've ever seen it.
And dog was great. Dog was just laying there sleeping as everybody's just walking around, smoking cigars around him. He didn't care. He was just sleeping. But, so we couldn't, it was so crowded up front, we couldn't really get up to anything, like to get the picture of the girls or Shorty Rossi. And, I mean, we tried, up above and everything, but we'll have to see how they turn out. I didn't take a look at them yet. Met a couple, bloggers, just friends, Twitter people, that were there hanging out, checking out the events, seeing what specials they had going on, which we never even looked at the paper to see what specials were going on, and I wanted to see them, and I forgot. But then after a while, we wanted to get some better pictures, and luckily with we just dropped Brian Hewitt's name, and they just let us anywhere we want to go. So, but they led us up to where Drew Estate's going to set up for Cigarfest today, and we could take some pictures and video over top. So I'm really hoping that comes out good. I think it'll give people a nice idea of what was going on down below. I think that was a great idea. And then basically after that, it got a little crowded and with Smokey and people bumping into everybody, and so after we stayed there probably till 6:30, somewhere around there, and then we headed back over to Jason's house and sat there and smoked a cigar and started another one, and then found the wall that was the lovely video from last night where we just crashed. So, is there anything I missed, Walt?
No, I think you've got the the span of our day yesterday down. I did want to say that I sometimes feel like kind of like a prick. Like yesterday, well, let's preface this by last year I met up with Long Ashes. He's from Crap Cigar, right?
Right.
I always forget. I can never remember who's with what blog. But anyway, I met him last year, and apparently we talked for a couple of minutes. I completely forgot. I talked to so many people I didn't remember specifically talking to him, and I guess we were on Twitter, and he says, "Yeah, I met you, last year at Cigarfest," and I felt kind of like a prick because I didn't remember him. And then last night we bumped into him again at the Man of War event, and what ended up happening was the entire time we were at the Man of War event, I'm looking for the event coordinator. I'm trying to keep an eye out for her because the space is so packed with people. I'm really having a difficult time getting pictures. Someone's always stepping in front of the shot. I just really didn't want to walk around like this with the video camera pointing down at the crowd. So I'm looking for the event coordinator to get permission to go upstairs on the balcony and shoot down on the crowd from above. So I'm keeping an eye out for her, and I guess after about an hour of looking for her, I just kind of got tired of it, and I just went over to one of the security, well, it's not really a security guard, but she was acting security duty, blocking people from getting up on the balcony.
The bouncer.
So I walked over and I told her, look, I'm with Stogie Review. Is there any way I can get upstairs to take pictures? So I need to go look for Deb, the event coordinator. And she went and grabbed another one of the security people. They went and looked for the higher up security people for me, and then eventually we ended up getting upstairs. But while they were looking for the event person, Long Ashes comes over and we're talking to him for a couple of minutes. And
his buddy Ashtray, was that the one? I think he was the one that was there. Yes.
So we're talking to him, and then I guess someone had said something to him, and he turned and started talking to him, and then all in like this instant, the security people come back and they say, "Okay, you got the green light. Let's go. I'll go up there with you, and then I'll hang out with you while you do this." So like instantly, just pick up the stuff and go upstairs. And I tried to make it really quick for them because the security were staying with us, so they didn't wander around and pillage the Drew Estates booth while they had stuff all getting ready to be set up. So anyway, after all the video's done, we go back downstairs, and the guys had left from where we were standing. So I felt kind of like a prick for walking away. So I'm kind of make an effort to hang out with Long Ashes from Crap Cigar. So do me a favor and go visit Crap Cigar. Make me make me feel like I'm helping him a little bit, and not being so douchey for for going upstairs and doing the video.
Yeah, that wasn't intended. It just happened, and we're just like you said, just trying to get the nice shots and everything. And it did. It was just funny how it happened. We were talking. He turns, and the other security guy, "Come on, I'll take you upstairs." And okay, and he's off and running, and we were running after him, and it was fun.
So on the agenda for today, we've got Cigarfest this morning. I still don't know what time it actually starts. There's a breakfast, which I believe is for like cigar nut holders or whatever the top tier tickets are. I think they get breakfast, and then the line forms to get inside. I don't remember what time people get into the actual event, and I don't know what time we're actually getting into the event. I know our press passes say admission only, and I believe it's the last entry, so it's like 3 o'clock or something like that. And I've never waited until 3 o'clock to get in. Usually I time it so that it's before the event, and I have to go with someone into the floor space to find the event coordinator to get my press passes. And when that happens, we just kind of disperse. She goes about her business, and we just kind of stay on the show floor and just kind of
Right.
walk off somewhere else. And then we just stay there. And when time comes to let people in, we're just part of the crowd, and we don't get bounced or anything. And that's kind of been the trend for the last 3 years. So that's what I intend on doing this year. I'm kind of letting out the secret. Probably not going to be able to do it next year. But, I'm really hoping that I don't have to wait around until 3. Otherwise,
Right.
I'm just going to end up coming back here unless we bump into someone outside that's throwing a tailgate party or something.
Right.
But with it being, like, cloudy and dreary and in the 40s, I don't know that I want to be standing outside for several hours, prior to the event.
Yeah, and we talked about it before. I really wish they would do it where, they would have, if you get the press pass, just let us in the morning so we can talk to the manufacturers and get all that out of the way without having to try to, butt in when they're trying to, handle the cigars to 3,000 people during the event. I think it would be nicer if they would do that. I'm looking up times so we know when we have to go.
Well, I'm not even. I don't mind. I don't mind getting in with everyone else. I don't have a problem with not getting in early to talk to manufacturers. We're here to cover the event. Talking to the manufacturers is kind of like a perk. So, I'm okay with it. It would be great if we could do that, but
Right.
I'm okay with the way it's set up. I would really prefer to be able to get in there with the first wave of people, because it's kind of cool to stand back with a video camera and watch that wave of people. It just pour in through the door, and then they keep coming and coming and coming, and before you know it, everyone's there's a cloud of cigar smoke everywhere, and it's pretty cool. But last night we did skip the Rocky Patel party, and I wanted to mention that. And
Oh yeah.
so what happened was we'd made plans with Jason to go hang out with him after we were done at the Man of War event. And the thought process behind that was, well, we went to I don't know whether it was Drew Estate or Rocky Patel last year. I guess it was Rocky Patel.
Rocky Patel.
So we went to the Rocky party last year, and parking was an absolute mess. We were almost to the point where we were, blocked into the parking lot and at the mercy of one of the people blocking the driveway. So that was a bit of a nightmare. The concert music was really loud. We were shouting to have a conversation,
Right.
and we were seated pretty far away from the music. Actually, I don't think you could get further away in a table or at a table from the concert, which is where we were, and we were still shouting to hold conversation. There was a lot of, what'd you say?
Yeah.
And, I guess I'm just kind of getting old, because that's just not my thing anymore. I went to a lot of concerts when I was younger, and I had a lot of fun. That's probably why, you get all upset when I turn the TV up to, like, maximum volume.
Jeez. Yeah, I mean, I did the concert thing too, but it's, when you're at a concert, or even if you go to a bar where, they have the band set up and everything like that, it's a different atmosphere, I think, than what this, with the cigar event. If they would have the band, like, inside and let the outside for people, if you want to sit down and grab a scotch or whatever and smoke a cigar and just talk to people, I think that would be a really great way to handle it. But with having the band outside in, like, a tent, it just, like, blasts everything just right out at the tables. I'm old too.
So we weighed our options, and then we ended up going to Jason's, and we were there, I guess till about 11, and then we headed back. And that's the plan tonight as well. We're gonna go have dinner with Jason, hang out, have a couple cigars, and we're gonna skip I guess it's the Rhino party.
Yeah, I think it's the Rhino party.
The after party. So we'll try to do some more smoking with people today. Because it's going to be so crowded. It's hard to get anything done after a certain period of time. So, once that time rolls around, I'm just going to pack stuff up and just focus more on having cigars with people. Because that's one of the things I regret every year, and I say it every year. I'm going to have cigars and sit down with people.
Right.
But it's kind of tough, because people are trying to get around to all the booths, to make sure that they get their cigars before they run out.
Right.
So we've the people that we would potentially have a cigar and talk to are on the move. They're trying to get all their stuff. and we're trying to film as much as we can and take pictures and things like that. So, we both have our things going on. But this year, I kind of want to hang out around lunchtime, grab something to eat, and just kind of chill at a table and talk to whoever we can.
And hopefully we'll see a lot of people and sit down with us, talk to us. It'd be nice. That way we could do the event plus still get to hang with you. Like you said, I mean, I like to hang around and smoke cigars with some of the guys and everything, and we just haven't had time. Or opportunity, I should say. Time or opportunity. Oh, and we did not go to the, what was it last night?
The Shorty Rossi after party.
Yeah.
I guess it started at 10 or 11 or something like that.
Yeah,
ran
until
like 1 a.m.
2, yeah.
Yeah, so I guess Shorty Rossi is kind of like the spokesperson for the Diesel Shorty from Cigars International. And they were promoting the Diesel Shorty last night. And, the event started late, and, I wanted to, we skipped the Rocky Vidal party, but I still did kind of want to, I wanted to cover kind of everything. I was okay with missing the Rocky Patel party.
Yeah, there's not much
going on. Party.
The Rocky Patel, there's really not much. I mean, he's there usually, and he had last year he had a sampler or something for sale, but there's really nothing big that happens. It's just a bar.
Live music, drinks, and several tables and places to just kind of sit down and hang out. So I was kind of debating. I wanted to maybe do the Rossi thing, take some pictures and video and stuff, but by the time we left Jason's, I was just dead tired. All I wanted to do was come back down here and just go to sleep. But I hadn't eaten since like 3 o'clock, so it was one of those things. Well, let's maybe stop at Wawa and grab something to eat. Are you sure? That's a lot of work. We had to drive, like 50 feet past the resort. We had to go inside and order stuff.
Push buttons.
So we ended up going in there, getting some food. And we were sitting down here, and about halfway through my sandwich, I'm starting to get a second wind. I'm thinking, all right, maybe I'll go brush my teeth, use some mouthwash. Maybe I can clean off enough of the crap off the palate to be able to taste another cigar. And then my belly starts getting full, and my eyes are starting to go shut. That second wind is just gone. So I was like, okay, we're going to bed now.
Yeah, well, we were operating on 4 hours sleep, 3.5, 4 hours sleep.
Yeah, the night before we went to, I guess, decided to pack it up at about 2 a.m. and then
between 2 and 3.
We were up 6:30 or something like that to kind of get the day started.
I was up a little later than that. I slept until like 7.
So this is your first Angelenos. What
Yes.
do you think? I think it's actually my second.
It's actually my first Prometheus cigar. I've never had. I've always wanted to try the God of Fire and everything. I've never had them. Yeah, it's not bad. It has a almost like a peppery kind of taste to it. Ash is real strong. I mean, the ash looks super strong on this thing. And I like the size. It really feels nice packed. But yeah, this is a good cigar so far. I mean, it's not very powerful for in the morning.
Cool. That's all we're doing because I don't have anything else to say, and I don't want to come back and I don't want to talk so that we can get further into the cigar, just for the sake of talking. So that's so you've got an idea of what we did yesterday. What's on the agenda for today. And so we'll just kind of keep an eye out for the Cigarfest videos, which I don't know when they're going to go up. As soon as I can find a stable actually, maybe I'll upload them from Cigarfest today if I can get Wi-Fi access.
Yeah, out there
on lunchtime,
sitting at the table or something. Yeah.
So that's the agenda. So sit tight and happy smoking and all that good stuff.
And hopefully you'll see all the good Cigarfest coverage coming your way next. Sometime.